Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. This is an impromptu reading for the Divine Feminine. You can identify as a light worker, a star seed, twin soul on a higher level soulmate journey. Perhaps you just feel like, what the hell? What the hell? What is going on? What are all these energetic shifts and activations and downloads that I am feeling, receiving, etc., and you just want some clarity? I hope I can deliver that to you today. Do check out my website for the readings that I offer, as well as for upcoming information on the next group coaching program, which will be in October of this year, 2022. Very excited to debut that to you guys. Very excited. It's going to be different than the previous two programs. I also offer for anybody who's on a twin flame journey, I have a twin flame workbook, 26 pages, complete with exercises and journaling that you can do to help answer some of the tougher questions on the journey, the tougher, when we're on that journey, we get activated, we go through the dark night of the soul, we go through separation, we go through like fear, losing the twin flame. I don't think I can ever live without this person. And then eventually we get to the other side. Most feminines are on the other side of the longing and that energy of, oh my God, I can't live without this person. So most feminines are quote unquote the runners, although I don't like labels. So I would just say that most feminines are doing their own thing right now and really focused on their own life, their own joy, their abundance, their career. And many things are changing right now. There are many shifts that are taking place energetically in the stratosphere, in the atmosphere, in the environment, in your home environment, all the way out into the world, the globe, and beyond, etc. So as the world turns and as we get further and further into this awakening process, more souls are awakening. And we are in this energy of, it's kind of like a big question mark or a parentheses or a comma, and it's like, what comes next? So I hope to give you guys some clarity on that today. I'm actually going to start with the tarot. Yes. And if you guys would like to support me another way, besides liking, subscribing, and sharing my content, you can also head over to my Patreon. I have several new posts up over the past couple weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. And in fact, I just released a post that is talking about, it's the August energy forecast. So I started to do new moon and full moon reports. So we have a full moon in Aquarius coming up here. I believe it's August 11th. So all the VIP patrons will receive that. And then I'm also doing, for the all access patrons and above, I also have the monthly energy forecast where I talk about not only the astrology, but also what to expect and how to work with those energies most importantly. So those are all written posts. So I like that I can offer you guys the videos and also the written posts, because the written word is a gift of mine and it's something I really enjoy doing. So I hope you guys enjoy those as well. Thank you for all of your support in whatever way. Even if you're just watching the video, that's support. Everything, the likes, the shares, subscribes, tell the YouTube algorithm, hey, go check out her channel, go check out her video. And it's a way for me to organically grow and to support the work that I do. So thank you. All right, so let's get some energy here from the tarot deck to see what is going on here. What is going on here? What the fuck? We have the Page of Swords. Yes, so this speaks of somebody setting out on a journey, somebody kind of a novice type of energy, not necessarily, it's not a queen or a king, it's not even a knight, it's the page. So there's a bit of a boyish or girlish energy, a little bit of immaturity, but not necessarily immaturity. It can just be somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience. And because we're dealing with the swords, it's the mind, it's the mental space, it's the mental capacity to deal with our thoughts. And typically this is a time when ideas are swirling around, but it's not necessarily a time for action, because that would be more like the Wands energy. It's a time to contemplate. It's a time to grow your ideas. It's a time to decipher what is going to be worth pursuing and what's not going to be worth pursuing. Lean into the curiosity that you're feeling. It's like there's also a restlessness because there's a thirst. It's like I can't quench this thirst for knowledge. And I've been saying this for a couple months, but it's almost like you feel like even if someone offered you the most amazing thing in the world right now, a trip or a gift or whatever it was, you'd be like, that's great, but I'm still restless because it's coming from the soul. It's coming from out there, and what is happening on a global scale, what is happening, astrologically speaking, with the planets, with the stars, what is happening in the cosmos, what we are feeling down here as these spiritual beings engaged in this human dynamic and experience. There's a lot of shakeups in personal relationships and personal dynamics and the home right now. There's a lot of shakeups in marriages. There's a lot of shakeups in the workspace. People are breaking free left and right from corporate jobs. People are breaking free from marriages. Contracts are being dissolved. Okay, karmic cycles are ending. Completion. That world energy from the major arcana. So it's sort of like, where are we headed? There's so many questions that arise with the Page of Swords. So let's see if we can get a clarifier. Spirit, can we have a clarifier? 8 of Wands. Okay, this mental space that you're in, this busy mental space where it's like, God, I can't even meditate, Sarah. I'm just so busy and everything is just churning in my mind. This is going to turn into action in due time. And when that turns into action, it's going to be inspired action, because in this deck, it's the 8 of Inspiration, but in the traditional tarot, it's the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands speaks of fast motion, something that moves fast. It's not something, it's like you don't have to think about it because you've already spent time contemplating and thinking about it and dissecting it. Have your pros and your cons list. You've asked all your friends, and now it's just time to travel. This is speed, this is travel, this is inspired action. And this is breaking free from wherever you feel stuck. Because that's an energy coming up right now too, is that people just feel stuck and they're like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels, or I have writer's block, or I just don't feel inspired, So it's like, so people are, especially people in the spiritual realm, if you're a teacher, a healer, a guide, a shaman, etc., a tarot card reader, you might not be feeling a lot of inspiration right now to keep going, but at the same time, you still have to try to focus and try to produce and try to create content. And I think that a lot of people, clients have been sharing, they're just like, I just would rather kind of just hang out and heal, or hang out and go to the beach right now. So spend time doing that. Spend time playing and spend time doing, and make sure that you balance everything out so that you're not feeling the stagnancy, because stagnancy and the restlessness can create anxiety. And then we just go into this anxious cycle or this panic attack, and the sympathetic nervous system gets activated. And we're like, I can't even meditate or sit still because I'm just like, my mind is going a million miles a minute here. And I feel like I need to take a chance and I need to take this offer, this opportunity. But, this is the mind battling the soul kind of an energy here. So very, very intriguing, and also very telling with the current energies that are at play right now. What will be the next step, the next best step for the Divine Feminine to take? The next best step for the Divine Feminine to take. Well, making a decision, don't blindfold yourself, Divine Feminine, the Star. So renewal of hope is coming in for the Divine Feminine. Renewal of hope. Because some of you feel like, my hands are tied. I can't make a decision one way or the other. It's like, maybe you can see the benefits of both possibilities, both avenues, both choices. The Two of Swords is a lot. Most of the Swords energies are quite challenging, to be honest. Although some of them lend a hand to communication, but this is an indecisive energy, an indecisive moment for the Divine Feminine. You're just like, I don't know which way to go, and I don't know what's right. Do I leave? Do I not leave? Do I stay? Do I not stay? Do I, do I completely transform my identity? Because we're shedding old skins and we're shedding the ego, we're shedding old identity. Or instead, do I move forward and just completely let everything go and completely, I talked about yesterday, this month of August, and as we move into October, well, actually at the end of August, we'll have 4 planets retrograde. By the end of October, we'll have 5 major planets retrograding. This is huge. And it's not like this never happens. It happens, but to happen in 2022 in the midst of everything else, in the midst of the Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction and eclipse season. It's like, holy shit. And then we have Halloween thrown in there and holiday season and the end of the year and, you know, everything that's going on, recession, inflation, all of that. This is a lot to handle. So our energetic bodies are on overload right now. It feels like we're just like, we don't have a stop button. So yeah, you might feel indecisive about something and you might feel like maybe you can't hear your intuition. That's what I'm saying, like a writer's block energy. Like I just can't hear my intuition. So I don't know what decision to make. You know, like in the past, it would have come to you naturally, but maybe you've lost hope. Maybe you're just like, I don't know if my intuition's ever going to be as keen as it was. I don't know if I can trust myself or trust what I'm feeling. So the star energy comes in and it speaks of renewed hope. It speaks of having expectations and manifesting those into form, you know, into physical form and reality. Seeing the beauty in whatever situation is coming up. So this is especially true for those of you who feel stuck, you know, the stuck energy, the restless energy. It's like nothing is satiating right now. It's a very insatiable energy. It's a thirsty. You might actually be physically thirsty and need a lot of lemon water and electrolytes and coconut water, but you might also just be mentally insatiable and spiritually insatiable. And maybe like even moving your body right now, like move that stuck, stagnant shit out. Water is very healing right now, especially for those of you in unfavorable situations, you know, at home in particular, or in the workplace. Move your body in any way you can. But if you're near a body of water, please go and exercise and flow through that body of water, like swish it, swirl it around, and release some of these emotions that are associated with this frustrated energy, this agitation, this restlessness, this like this anticipatory energy of something coming, but then like, where the fuck is it? You know, I'm not seeing it. And that's what it feels like. Like, I know it's coming, but where is it? Okay, so all right, sorry guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so that being said, it's like the overarching energy, the overall energy of the atmosphere, the atmospheric conditions and the weather out there. You're just like, get me out of this, you know? Get me out of this, free my soul. Okay. Remember that whatever situation you're in right now is temporary. If it's unsavory, if it's not something that you would like to be in, yeah, karma. Oh, kapha. I thought that was karma. I was like, yeah, no shit, right? So let me take a look here because I'm not remembering this particular word. I believe this is a Sanskrit word. This is actually Ayurvedic medicine term. The earthy dosha, grounding, nurturing, and heavy. So nature is healing. Being outside right now, grounding yourself, making sure that you're receiving vitamin D from the actual sun. Contrary to popular belief, the sun heals you. It doesn't kill you, it heals you. We need it. It's life force energy. It's activation. It activates the solar plexus, activates the chi. It says you are grounded into Earth's energy and carry its subtle calmness, which makes others naturally gravitate towards you. You bring peace, understanding, and comfort to your community and are the shoulder anyone can lean on. You embody Earth's wisdom and are anchored to her vast life force. You have created a life, or are envisioning one, that will bring you great contentment and stability, a true home surrounded by people you love. You do not need to search for more. The deepest peace you will find is where you are. Just remember never to become too attached to anything, as all is temporary. Very Buddhist. So you do not need to search for more. The deepest peace you will find is where you are. So home, it's this concept of home. I've been talking about this concept of, understanding that we have not an infinite period of time here on earth in this physical form as who you are now, but it's finite. So it's this finite nature of being human and being, for me, being Sarah in this lifetime, or for you being Heather or Tom or Karen or Brady or whatever. And it's like the acceptance of that, and the acceptance of this all ends. Like, this all ends. Am I really living? Am I really living? Am I really thriving? Or am I just getting through day to day? Do one thing every day out of your comfort zone that excites you. Try new things. Allow yourself, take different avenues or different routes, to places you go, so that you're not just constantly doing the same thing consistently over and over again, creating the same patterns and the same cycles. If you don't feel this energy right now, because I'm a little surprised to see this coming through in this energy with all this frenetic kind of crazy mental energy here, I do feel like it's coming. I feel like this is truly who you are. And it's maybe on the other side of you getting through this kind of Two of Swords, and Page of Swords energy, and even the Eight of Wands coupled with that is, this is like fast movement. So it's not going to linger. You're not going to be stuck in this place forever. This energy is going to move itself. So keep that in mind, Divine Feminine. This is energy that will leave, that will exit, okay? Water is healing, the earth is healing, pets, nature, animals are healing, music is healing. Go out to a live concert locally, or go to see one of your favorite bands, splurge. I wanted to see Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and he actually was in my hometown, and I didn't go, and then he died, so I never got to see him. And then I always wanted to see Beastie Boys, and then MCA died at like 41 years of age, I think, from parotid gland cancer. It was like some rare cancer, some rare disease. I never got to see them. So those are major regrets, of bands that I should have just gone to see. I should have splurged. So I encourage you guys, if there's an artist you want to see, a musician, some art form, and just do it, see it, go. If there's a place you want to travel to, do it. Do it while you can. I mean, if there's anything I've learned from losing my grandfather before I was even born, he was 35 when he died, when he left his body, tragically and instantly, and he didn't have the time to say goodbye. He literally woke up one morning, went to work, and then never came home. And if there's one thing I've learned from connecting with his spirit and his soul in this lifetime on a very, very deep level, it's life is worth living. Like, live your life. He had 35 years, but he really lived. He really lived. I mean, he was a farm boy in Iowa, and he came from humble beginnings, and he ended up at Polytech in California, and he ended up in the military as a naval aviator and served his country, and was a good family man, and had 3 children, my dad included. And I often wonder who he would have been, what stories he would have been able to share and tell me, and all of us. And I often wonder, God, I know he lived his life. He really lived a full life. They traveled. They lived in Hawaii. They lived all over the U.S. He traveled to different countries and the Navy. But it's like, I can't help but wonder and be, pissed off in some way that he didn't get to live his life. And my grandmother lived until she was almost 88 without him. So she was 31 when he passed, and she lived 50 plus years without him. And that was the love of her life. So you could call that a potential twin flame story, because it was tragic, and they were torn apart. But a year before she died, she told me, I just want to be with Keith. I just want to be with him. So what I'm trying to say here is, don't wait. Don't wait, guys. Tell someone you love them. Go out and travel to that place. Give someone a longer hug. Share your love with somebody. Tell your story. Write the book. Do the things. Really do the things. Because eventually there won't be time. Okay, we have the Fire Guardian and the Magic Guardian. Unlock the Magic Within, which is a card that's come up a couple times recently in my readings. And, this says that you are the mystic, you are the teacher, you are the healer, you are the sage, you are the shaman, you are everything that you seek outside of you. So, and I think we're getting to this place with humanity where people are starting to be able to be more discerning, use their intuition more wisely, sharpen their skills and their gifts. The divine masculines also, and we've had so much reliance on other people, so much reliance on things outside of us to satiate us, to distract us, to make us feel better, to make us forget about our circumstances. And now we're having to sit in our circumstances and sit with the residue of the choices we've made. And there's no one that's going to rescue us, or that we have to rescue ourselves. We have to save ourselves. And I think that's becoming very clear. And I think that as we move forward in this time, we want to really celebrate these innate gifts that we're born with. We come here to remember who we forgot we are. We forget, we have amnesia, and then we remember again. And that's the awakening process. It's a process, and it's quickening now. It's a quickening process now. It's a process of remembering who you are, connecting back to your soul, bringing in those lost soul fragments. And, oftentimes this is sparked by meeting somebody like your twin flame. They activate your kundalini, they activate your chakra system, and they get you to wake up to the truth. They get you to stop being fake or false and stop wearing those, those masks to yourself and to the world. And so many people right now are questioning their identity. They're questioning time. They're questioning, how have I lived? How have I spent my time? How have I chosen wisely? These are some deep, deep, deep thoughts coming up right now for the divine feminine. You can see why this might be called the runner stage, because she's got her back fully turned to the connection in the divine masculine for the most part. Most people, I'd say probably like 85% of divine feminines. And she's really digging deep into her roots and into the things that maybe she left behind, especially if you met your twin and then you just forgot everything and got off course or got completely out of alignment. And I've even had some feminines say recently, some clients say, well, I have a soulmate and it's so amazing and wonderful and expansive. And now I'm just so pissed off. The twin flame comes in and he comes in all the wrong ways. And I just don't even respond anymore, because you just don't have the energy or the space or the time to deal with somebody who's not going to be authentic, not going to meet you where you're at, and not going to, if they're going to take you out of alignment, you're just I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy for that. And the Fire Guardian is here to remind you to act on your passions, to remind you that do the things that light up your soul. Go to the place of your highest excitement. Don't go to the place of your lowest excitement or of your moderate excitement, because why? Again, we have finite time on this planet. It's not like we're here infinitely as the being that we are, in the skin that we're in this life, with these people and experiences and pets and animals and children. And it's this is it. This is your opportunity. This has been coming in so strongly for me lately. And I feel like this is the message that I have to spread and share and disseminate right now is please be discerning with your time, your energy, your space. There's no more time to spend it on things that don't matter. Everything is quickening. It's a quickening now. The pace is getting quicker and quicker. So use it wisely, guys. Remember who you are. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep spreading the light. And, just don't dim it. Don't dim it for anybody. Don't dim it because it makes somebody else uncomfortable, or it makes someone else angry, or it makes somebody else question themselves. You know, you're probably meant to trigger that person. There's a ton of triggering that's happening right now out there with a lot of, with friendships and family mostly, not so much in the twin soul or soulmate connections, because a lot of those are on pause or hiatus. But on that note, I will end with this. I do feel like the divine masculines may speak soon. I do feel like they might come in with some sort of explanation, or like, this is where I've been, this is what I've been up to. But try not to attach to that information. Just you know, just a thought that they might come in, and it's like, I just see delivery service, like a courier. So that tells me there might be some form of communication for the majority of people. I feel like at this point, probably within the next 3 to 4 months, things are really going to turn around, because they're going to want answers. They're going to want to know why this happened to them, or like, what the hell is going on here? And because they know that you're one of the only people, if not the only person, who can understand and who won't judge them if they come to you with some spiritual stuff, like spiritual woo, as some of them might call it. You know, if they're voodoo or whatever it is, witchy magic, however they referred to it, or you, or the work that you did, or the things that you may have shared with them, they're now experiencing these, they're having these mystical experiences in their lives. And the karmic cords that were keeping them locked into these old cycles are being broken, or have broken. And so they're being freed up mentally and spiritually to see things more clearly. It's like wiping the crust from your eyes when you wake up in the morning, when you've had a really hard sleep and you're like, God, I'm like, my vision is foggy and I can't even see clearly. But then when you wake up and, you know, maybe put some eye drops in, or wash your face, or splash some cold water there, everything starts to become crystal clear. That's how I see the divine masculines waking up to this, being activated. So it's interesting. It should be interesting, the story that is playing out right now. I do think these eclipses will hit us pretty hard this season, this fall. So, you know, hang on tight, guys. Don't get too comfortable, because this month, if you saw my post yesterday on here, I mean, I was like, I don't even think I put the eclipses on there, but I'm just sharing with you the basic, very basic, bare bones astrology of August. There's a reason why I'm so connected to astrology right now. There's a reason why I'm highlighting the full moon and new moon. There's a reason why I'm doing energy updates. There's a reason for this. And I'm actually being very called to do soulmate readings. So I may start offering those personally, and I may also start doing those on the channel, because a lot of you have expressed interest, but I'm also feeling drawn to soulmate readings. So love readings, asking those questions. So I think that'll be interesting and refreshing, you know, a breath of fresh air. It's kind of like jumping into a crisp, clean, cold, or, you know, cool pool on a hot summer's day is kind of the energy I feel from doing soulmate readings versus the twin flame readings. But I do want you guys to just, you know, understand that if you feel crazy at this time, or if you're like, I don't even care anymore about my twin flame, I don't even think about them, that's perfectly okay. You're right on time, exactly where you, I shouldn't say need to be, but exactly where you want to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're avoiding something. It doesn't mean you're not doing something right. You're actually doing all the things right. So it just feels different because you're in a different place and time. And I think I captioned that on one of my videos recently. This is a different time now. We have stepped into a new timeline. So just honor this new timeline. It's moving very fast. You're moving very fast. Things are changing very fast. Again, it's very frenetic kind of energy. So ground yourself as much as possible with that Kapha energy, and try to, you know, stay hopeful and focus on the possibilities that abound. All right, guys, I'm sending you a lot of love. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, and I will see you in the next video. I look forward to working with some of you personally, and take good care. Good night.